Today's tutorial focuses on the grant award process for Sunday's Child. Key points in the tutorial include an overview of Sunday's Child and the grant process, with an outline of critical dates and the information and tools you may need to best help you in your efforts. Each year, Sunday's Child, which is located in Pensacola, Florida, funds initiatives from 6 different categories for the greatest good in the Pensacola area. Grant funding comes from membership contributions, and each membership of Sunday's Child will have a vote toward selecting the funded projects. Sunday's Child mission is to promote equality and inspire inclusion across the community by awarding grants for significant charitable and economic initiatives. Let's take a look at the grant process timeline. We start in October with the membership drive kickoff. At the end of November, membership will close. In December, grant applicants will begin completing the letter of intent, a mandatory step in the grant award process. The letter of intent is due on January 9th. Grant applications are available by January 9th and are due on February the 27th. From there, the grant applications will be reviewed by Sunday's Child members. Finalists will be notified on May 15th. At the annual Sunday's Child membership meeting on June the 28th, finalists will present their grant proposal. Grant recipients will be decided upon by a vote of the membership after the presentation. Now let's take a closer look. Our membership drive begins in October with a kickoff event and will close on November 30th. In December, grant applicants will begin completing a letter of intent form to pre-qualify for the grant process. This is mandatory, and there is a tutorial on our website, www.sundayschild.org, to assist in completing this form. Grant applications will be available to applicants by January 9th and will be due by February 27th. Only one grant category can be chosen. Eligibility is outlined on the website as well. It is important to review the tutorial for the grant application. This and our forms are located on our website. Grant applications are reviewed by the members of Sunday's Child in March and April. This will include site visits. After the grant committee distributes the applications to the focus area chairs, the focus committees will meet weekly to review the applications. Criteria reviewed include financial status, overall quality of the organization, the contribution to be made to the community, as well as the ability to be inclusive. After site visits of each organization are completed, a report will be sent back to the committee. The selection of finalists made by the committee will be completely confidential until after the press conference in May. If you are a finalist, you will be notified by phone prior to the press conference on May 15th. All others will be notified by mail. On June 28th, at the annual Sunday's Child meeting, the finalists will present their proposal. The 5-minute presentation is done by no more than 2 individuals from that organization and without props. What happens after the grants are awarded? Well, prior to the distribution of funds, grant winners will be required to complete a grant agreement with a schedule for goal attainment, interim reports, and distribution of funds in installments over the life cycle of the grant project. Sunday's Child pays out the money on an as-expended basis. Grantees must submit quarterly reports upon implementation and progress of the projects. Let's look at forms and tutorials. Your toolkit for the grant process is located on our website at www.sundayschild.org. There you will find the necessary letter of intent and grant application forms, as well as tutorials that will guide you in the key steps of the process. So let's take a closer look. After we launch to the Sunday's Child homepage, at the very top you'll see a navigation bar. Here we see information in the not-for-profit section. There is a grant overview section with a timeline and important dates. Additional web pages identified in the drop-down include qualifications and instructions, forums, applications, and tutorials. The qualifications and instructions section is extremely important, and you'll want to review this prior to submitting an application. There is the grant categories, which will need to be reviewed, and you'll have to select one as mentioned earlier. And then there are the forms and applications section. And on the forms and application sections, you can choose to download and print or submit electronically. Our preferred method is by electronic mode. In summary, we have some key dates to review. January 9th, the letter of intent is due. On February 27th, the grant application is due. And on May 15th, selection and notification of finalists. On June 28th, there will be presentation by the finalists and voting by membership, and grant recipients will be awarded. Forms and tutorials are available on our website. Be sure to review the information provided there, and should you have questions, please contact us at grants@sundayschild.org, and we'll be happy to assist you. Thank you again for taking time and learning more about our grant award program. We sincerely appreciate all that you do for our community and wish you continued success.